nigga like me, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the hustle.
You know what time it is.
Yeah, you know a nigga got dough.
You just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast in the city, in the state, out of state, in the space, out of space.
I need a meal a day.
Mogul Moves
Gotta
on
make
the
me a meal
podcast.
a day. See, money it coming, then money it goeth. I give me a meal a make.
Hey, this
My
joint
mama,
gonna
she
be
hit
live
on my
today,
line
man.
and she say, baby, I got some
I got a
bills
real
to
mogul
pay.
in the building.
So I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. I need a meal a day.
So y'all
Gotta
go
make me
ahead,
a
man, and
meal
y'all
a
get
day.
this joint.
See,
Y'all
money it coming,
pull
then
up,
money it
post
goeth.
up,
I got
get
me
your
a meal
notepads
to
out,
make.
man. We gonna take
My
y'all on
mama,
the
she
trip.
hit on my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta give me
All
a
right.
meal a day.
Yo. Hey, Mario, you can go ahead and turn that down. Yo. You just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast in the city. Mogul Moves Only podcast with your boy Big D the Mogul, a.k.a. Suge Diddy, a.k.a. Illuminati Jack, a.k.a. Big Thanos, a.k.a. the new David Ruffin. And I got the biggest mogul in the city, man, that got your boy all glammed up, got these bundles popping B. I got Yava the Builder in the building. What up, y'all?
Hey, what's happening, D? How are you this morning? Well, this afternoon, rather.
I'm good, man. So you I gave you Yava the Builder, but you got a whole spread of names just like myself. So let the people know who you are.
Yava Slap by Yava Yava the Builder, Master Barber, Master Educator, Master Stylist, Master Cranial Prosthesis Specialist, Hair
Master
Unit Extraordinaire.
Master get money, popping out in these streets, man. Probably you one of the most popular barbers in the city, man. Everybody, soon as they saw the dude, you know what I'm saying, they been hollering at me like, yo, who did it? Soon as I dropped your name, they was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So you popping out here. So real quick, man, y'all tell the people where you from.
I'm from a town outside of Dallas, Texas called Fort Worth.
Oh,
Fort
you
Worth,
from the
Texas.
funk.
I'm from the funk.
Okay, stop 6.
Eastwood.
Okay.
No, Stop 6 and Eastwood. The only thing that separates Stop 6 and Eastwood is Berry Street.
Okay.
So 6 and 8's running mate, Stop 6 Eastwood. That's how we collaborate.
So y'all be out there, y'all be getting busy out there.
Man, we have fun. You know, it's our love. It's our family, you know, I love my city. Shout out to Funky Town.
Straight up, man. So, knowing that you a barber and you doing a lot of these things, man, and got people hairdos popping, was being a barber always your dream? Was this something that you always wanted to do?
Well, you know, initially, it's funny that you asked that because initially I wanted to be a radio personality.
Okay. Hey, there we go.
Yeah. But, you know, I've always had a love for hair. I used to put little crisscross twists and everything in my little cousin's hair, and I used to torture them like they hated it. So I've always had a passion for hair. So, you know, that was a thing of mine. So, you know, I've always loved hair.
So at what point, at what age exactly do you think that you actually got this passion for hair? You know, I mean, well, what stopped you from being a radio personality?
Well, you know, I had some ups and downs, some trial and tribulation. You know, when you're young, you make bad decisions. And I actually got into a little trouble.
Okay.
So, you know, that kind of hindered me on doing something else. So God took me in a different direction.
So you was out here thugging. You can't brush and say you got into some stuff. Like, people in the streets want to know what was the trouble? What happened, y'all? You was out here what?
Yeah, I was out here kind of thugging a little bit, and I caught an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and I couldn't find a job. You know, I kind of got depressed and things like that. So what happened was I used my negative and I turned it into a positive. So with me being on probation for that, I got a full scholarship to barber college.
Oh, that's dope. So what barber college you attend?
I went to Diamonds Barber College for my barber license. And for my master educator license, I went to the world famous Williams Barber College with Mr. James Thomas and Mr. Cecil Williams.
Oh, so you out here official.
Oh yeah, I'm official. I can do these classes. I can do this.
So that's why you got your own office, your own private room when you walk in the barber, and all the other barbers just got the chair.
Well, you know, a lot of my clients want their privacy, so, you know, I give them their time, and they have their little time and their little space, so it makes it convenient for me because I do more than cut hair, and we're going to get to that later on, but
no doubt.
I do more than cut hair.
Okay, that's what's up. So, as you can see in the back, you got your hair care product and everything. Man, tell everybody, you being an entrepreneur, you got your own product, man. Tell them a little bit about the product.
Okay, well, the name of my product is Black Effect. And right now, this is my hair fiber. This is the #1 selling product in my hairline lineup. I actually have beard enhancements for the beards.
Okay.
You know how you make them darker, fill them in, and cover grays and do things like that. You can also use it for the hair to define hairline.
Okay.
I have a beard oil that is amazing. It promotes growth and luster. So it has that shine, and you know everybody wants that beard game. So you know it enhances your beard game, make your beard grow.
Okay.
So I have those things, and I launched it in January of this year, of 2018. And what made me go ahead and fuel that was because I had a lot of clients that needed fill-ins with hair. So I was using different lines of hair fibers. And I would find one, and I didn't like this and that one. And then I'd use another one, and I didn't like something in that one. So what happened was I took the cons out of that, and I found my own chemist to tailor my own hair fiber to my liking. And it's called Black Gold, and I call it Black Gold because it has a natural shine to it. So when you hold it under a light, it shines like that.
Hey, there you go. So for someone interested in purchasing Black Gold, where can they find it at?
Well, you can find it at any you can find it at www.slapbyavadu.com. That's www.slapbyavadu.com or Gold 7 Beauty Supplies. They're everywhere.
Okay.
So if you Google Gold 7 Beauty Supplies, you can get it there, or www.slapbyavadu.com. Sorry, I had a kind of like a brain.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's cool. I have them all the time. One episode, I got drunk and then completely abandoned the
Lord
entire. So you be lit. So quick question. So how long have you actually, you've been a barbering and tailoring hair professional?
Well, I've actually been in the barbering industry about 14 years now. So, licensed probably about 13. I experimented for about a year. You know, when you experiment on your friends and you mess them up. And,
there you go.
This is what I want to do. Like I said, when I was younger, I used to experiment on my little cousins. So it's like I've always wanted to beautify people. It was something about it. Then when I used to go get my hair cut, I said, I want my hair cut like this. And then if I didn't get it cut the way I wanted to cut, I was like, I wish I knew how to cut hair because they didn't cut it the way I wanted to be cut. So, yeah, I've always had a passion for it. So I've been doing it, about 14 years now.
Okay, so being that you've been in the industry for so long, next question is, give us one of the craziest customers you ever encountered when you're cutting their hair. The craziest thing that ever happened.
Okay, so in the barbering industry, it's a male-dominated industry. So with women cutting hair, we kind of have to go above and beyond and stand out. So with me having to stand out, I've had some trials and tribulations.
Right.
Like you said, some crazy moments. So one day I was working in the shop. I hadn't been licensed very long, but I had a few clients, So I was in the barbershop and all the other barbers were cutting, and I was sitting down, so I greeted the client and I was like, hello, how are you? Could I help you? He's like, yes, I need a haircut. I say, okay, well, I can service you right now. He was like, no, I don't want a woman cutting my hair. I was like, oh, okay. So I said, well, the other barbers are busy. Would you like to wait? He was like, yeah, I wait on one of those guys. I was like, okay.
Wow.
So he sat and he waited on the other guys, and when one of the guys got available, he got in the chair. He started getting his service. Well, while he was getting his service, one of my clients came in. And I started cutting my client, and I did the hot towel shave, the whole 9 yards, all that. He got out, and his haircut looks absolutely superb. And while I was doing it, the guy kept peeping out the corner of his eye, looking to see what I was going to do. So when he got out of the chair, I did all of this hot towel, everything, and he got out of the chair before he did, and his haircut looked better than his haircut when he got out the chair.
That's what happened.
So what happened was he had to come down there and give me my props, and I was like, thank you. So, you run into those crazy moments being a female in a male-dominated industry, so you have to go above and beyond. You have to stand out. You have to do something different, and that's what I try to do. I try to set the bar for myself. I'm not in competition with anyone but myself.
Okay.
And that's what it is. I want to be better than the person I was the day before. So, I have to set the bar and have to continue education and take classes. Like, I've taken classes from California to Chicago to Atlanta to learn the things that I've learned. And that's one thing about the industry. It constantly changes. So you have to stay up on the latest styles and trends and everything. You're going to get lost. You're going to get left behind.
So I'm going to throw you a curveball with this one. How do you deal with ringworms?
Oh, I don't cut those. I'm sorry.
You don't cut them? Like, you come in there?
I'm afraid of those things. I'm sorry.
So
that's why you have to do a scalp analysis before you actually cut the hair. You actually have to look through it and see. You have to examine the scalp before you actually deal with it because, those things are contagious. I don't want to catch it. I don't want my clients to catch it either. So I will refer the client to, go see a physician or take care of that before they come back.
So what's the oldest person you saw come in there with a ringworm?
Oldest person? You know, older people, you know, their skin is a little bit different from ours. So, you know, senior citizens sometimes have scalp conditions and stuff like that. So I couldn't say like the oldest, you know, because, you know, when you do community service work and you go into the nursing homes and you volunteer, you know, older people have different types
I understand. I'm talking about coming into the shop. Have you ever had somebody like grown that shouldn't be having ringworms in their head, but they come in there with a ringworm in their head?
Yeah, I would probably say the oldest about 55, 60.
I'll tell you what, I remember one time I went in the barbershop. I was like, I don't know, like 12. Because, you know, kids, man, like my nephew just stayed with ringworms, and I ended up catching one, man. I had one on about that big on the side of my head, man. And that lady still cut my hair.
I can't do it.
It's probably a lot of other people that caught a ringworm off them clippers.
I can't do it.
Yeah, man.
Because I have to protect the safety of me and my clients. So, you know, I would prefer that they take care of that and come back another time because I can't do it. I'm sorry.
So as a guy getting ready to come into the barbershop, what are some of the biggest mistakes men make before coming into the barbershop?
Grease. Oh, my goodness. It's essential that you wash your hair before you go get a haircut because you can't get the best haircut if your hair isn't washed. I offer shampoo services. I do. But it would be best if you would come, you know, with it already washed. But I also offer shampoo and conditioning services as well. But you get your best cut when your hair is dry.
So when people come in there cake, because they be trying to get them 360s to pop. So they be having the Murrays. Mm-hmm. And that boy laid all the way down.
We're heading straight to the shampoo bowl.
Do you know anybody that ever finished a full can of Murray hair grease?
You know what? I think one of my cousins or my uncles or somebody, because I actually saw the rim where they had to dig at the bottom and put it out in there.
They probably had that joint for like 15 years.
That was back in the day, though. That was like early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any tips? Okay, well, I guess you gave the biggest tips of what to do when coming to the barbershop. So the biggest thing, make sure the hair washed to make sure to ensure the good cut.
Make sure it is in clean condition.
Okay. So we got some of the bases of, you know, the barbering going down or what to expect when going to the barber. But this is an entertainment podcast as well. So what type of music you listening to right now?
Type of music. I listen to pretty much everything. I from classical to R&B, country. I listen to everything. Anything that, you know, can make me move or has lyrics that actually move me, because these days, a lot of times these new artists, and I don't want to, you know, go there, but the beats are amazing. But the lyrical content, I mean, it's just not up to par.
So,
I love beats.
So were you a Michael Jackson fan?
Love Michael Jackson, my favorite artist.
Okay, so I'm gonna just show you how you just contradicted yourself, because we talked about this on the last podcast. Michael Jackson was, well, I'll say he's the second, but Michael Jackson is one of the first mumble rappers or mumble artists around. Think about it: Smooth Criminal, dope ass beat. You don't know what Michael Jackson is saying. I'll give you $100 right now if you can sing the whole verse to Smooth Criminal.
But the thing about it is, if you Google the words...
No, don't Google the words.
No, listen, though. If you Google the words, he's actually talking about something. Remember I said talking about something?
Everybody talking about something.
No, not.
But you don't even know what he's talking about. Nobody knows what... Nobody.
So we just know if Annie is okay. That's how we know. He want to know if Annie is okay.
But why? Like, why are we asking about Annie? Nobody knows. Michael Jackson finessed the game just like the Migos. He had a dope-ass beat.
You right.
He had a dope-ass voice cadence. But you don't know any of the words to his song.
Yeah.
But that's your favorite rapper. I mean, your favorite artist of all time.
He is, and I think he was very creative on the creative side, you know, because, like I said, most of his music had meaning to it.
Like what?
And then he would... Heal the world, man in the mirror. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah, man in the mirror. You just know the chorus. You don't know the verse.
Yes, I do.
We don't even know what he's talking about the man in the mirror. We just created our own definition of what he might be talking about, but none of us know the words to man in the mirror.
Yes.
You thinking about it like, damn,
yes.
I don't know. I just know the chorus. I don't know none of the verses.
I mean, yes.
That's
yes.
cool.
Yes.
I know it. I was just saying. So, Michael Jackson, he's the second mumble artist of all time. Number one was James Brown. Don't nobody know what the hell James Brown was saying.
Oh,
either.
no. But you know, the thing about it is their choreography and their ability to catch your eye on that stage with those movements to those beats. You know, that added to it. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like when you have that catchy hook and you moving from side to side and you doing it, that's gonna catch your attention and that's gonna be in your mind, you know?
You lit.
Because at the end of the day, how can I put it?
I'm just saying, Michael Jackson gonna make your party experience lit. And he, you know what I'm saying? But that's what the Migos and them is do. They like, I'm not expecting them to be lyrical and drop some knowledge. Because I'm not trying to hear that when I go to the club. I don't want to hear knowledge in the club.
You want to hear beat.
Because I need this chick right in front of me to bust it open.
You don't even care about the lyrics. You just care about the beat when you're in the club.
There you go. So I just need this chick to go ahead and bust it open. She ain't about to do that to no bars in there thinking. Nobody trying to hear that right now. Now, if I'm riding in my car or if I'm chilling in the crib playing Xbox or something, then I turn on something more lyrical.
That's why I say I listen to a little bit of everything because depending on what type of mood that I'm in.
There you go.
But most of the time I listen to, my favorite is pretty much like 90s R&B and hip-hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another question, this is another one I brought up, and me and my brother got into a heated debate, and I brought this up on a prior podcast.
Okay.
Since Michael Jackson your favorite artist, in an all-out dance battle,
here we go.
Who will win between Michael Jackson and Chris Brown? Now listen, take away Michael Jackson's star power, take away Chris Brown's celebrity, and they just walk in the club face to face. Both of the lights is on them. The DJ cue the music. Who wins that dance battle?
Michael Jackson.
Hell no. How do y'all?
Michael Jackson. I'm sorry.
All Michael Jackson had was the kick, the moonwalk, and up on his tippy toes, and kind of a broke down.
All of that, Chris Brown, Usher, all of that started right here in Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson took you from the streets. Like, you go back to watch Breaking and you see Turbo and Ozone. That's when Michael Jackson got
that's fine, but it had to start somewhere. So how are you going to – that's just like saying how they try to compare LeBron James to Michael Jackson. You cannot do the two. I'm sorry.
He's
Michael
better
Jordan.
than Michael Jordan. I got you. Go ahead.
Here you go.
He's
it had
better.
to start somewhere. Anybody, I'm not even going to debate with you because let's let LeBron James have the flu and see what he going to do with it.
He don't need to do nothing else. LeBron is
give
the best
Michael
player.
Jackson the flu, see if he gonna win the championship with the flu.
We know nobody knows Jordan really had the flu. That was from his what you call them people that be doing like his publicists now. That was just to set up something, an excuse. So if they lost, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sick." That's it. Nobody can prove that Michael Jordan was sick. Okay, so the next.
It had to come. So it had everybody. In order for LeBron James, it had to be a Michael Jordan. In order for Chris Brown, it had to be a Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, that's my word. I'm sticking
But
to
Chris Brown will bust Michael Jackson ass. I'm not taking nothing back from Michael Jackson saying he's not a good dancer. But if Chris Brown walked in the club and Michael Jackson walked in the club and nobody knew him and they went for a dance battle in the middle of the floor.
What era are we in?
It don't matter. Man, Michael Jackson can't slide on his elbow like Chris Brown did and stump the yard. Michael Jackson, he do the same moves. He be doing like the little robot, then a little pump, and then moonwalk on his toes, kick, then he back to the same thing.
I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that one.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to lace you up on game, man. Michael Jackson was finessing the game. Him and Janet Jackson, great beats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what movie have you saw? Oh, well, I guess what's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time would have to be The Color Purple.
That's my joint. Mr. wasn't no joke.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he was busting silly ass.
Mm-hmm.
Cut me and I'll kill you.
So she had that razor.
Boy. Oh, man.
She had that razor underneath that throat. I said, ooh.
I'm going to say my favorite movie of all time is Lion King.
Okay.
And Step Brothers. Between them two.
Ooh.
Step Brothers, my shit.
Tammy was a good one, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What's the last movie you saw this year?
I think the last movie that I seen was Black Panther.
Okay. What you think about it?
Awesome movie.
Awesome. Did you dress up when you went?
No, I just had on like a little African chain.
Oh, there you go.
Had on my all black.
We went all black. That's how we did. So you dressed up for it. You just didn't have no kente cloth. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Keep hope alive, man. So what's the last concert you went to?
Tank.
Okay.
I go to all his.
Take his shirt off every time?
He just do a good concert.
Do he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to think. What's the last concert? full-fledged concert. I'll tell you the very first concert I ever been to in my life was an NSYNC concert.
Ooh.
And I wasn't a fan. Like, I had to take my niece.
How was it?
I didn't even know who they were.
How was it, though?
I sat down. The only people that came out that I knew was, what's the niggas that sing hip hop? The hip. I don't know why they was an opening act on that.
Oh, they didn't buzz down Rappers Delight on that thing.
Yeah, that's who it is. Rappers Delight. That's who they had on there. But later, after that, that's when I found out who NSYNC was. And I rock with NSYNC. Well, I rock with Justin. I ain't gonna say necessarily NSYNC. Okay. So I know you be out here in the streets. International. Last place you travel?
Last place I traveled was I just got back from Miami last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was cool, but it's hurricane season and stuff like that. So, the rain comes through sporadically. So Saturday, when the rain came through, I thought Hurricane Katrina was going to sweep me off my feet.
That's about right. I bet the tickets was cheap.
Not really. I got them way earlier. I got them like months ago. So, I mean, they weren't cheap, but they weren't really expensive. So, yeah.
So which place would you rather be at? Florida with a big hurricane coming, or Hawaii with these volcanoes popping off right now?
I'd rather get swept up by the water instead of burnt up.
Yeah, you get a better chance of surviving. It ain't no surviving all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Okay, and then lastly, what's the favorite place to travel and why?
My favorite place that I've been, well, I used to be a real hard worker, so I really didn't like taking off from work. So the last maybe like I wouldn't say 6, probably like 4 years I've been traveling. So I really haven't been a lot of places. The Bahamas was pretty cool. I went for my birthday this year, and the culture over there and their mind frame, the food, everything the food tasted different. Everybody had each other's back. They're not doing any hating. They'll stop you by, well, they have the best this over here, and they have this over here, and they network with each other.
That's dope.
So they help one another over there, and I like the way that they think and their culture and things like that. So, it's just, everything is just different over there. The people are different. It's more calm. The crime rate isn't high because everybody's just love, it seems
But
like.
then think about it. You commit a crime. The island is this big. You only can go.
Yeah, everybody gonna know.
Yeah, you out of there. You ain't no like you can just jump off this water and off this island and leave. You stuck in there, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. I haven't been to any islands in the Caribbean yet. I travel international more, but I haven't been out there yet. So I think this year, well, not this year, probably next year. I already took my big trip this year to Disney World.
Okay.
So next year we're gonna do something. So, okay, so here he is. Most people don't know, or don't. If they don't know by now. I went to Yava, man. So people don't know me. I've been bald since I was going bald since I was like 16, 17. Walking around. First, I started off with the Carl Winslow. If you don't know what the Carl Winslow, that's like the McDonald arches, and then it's like a little ball bridge that end up coming across. And I was like, oh, man. And I was in there trying to take my mama eyeliner and color in the spots that was going away. And then, I got to college. Then putting on them football helmets and started rubbing that boy out. I tried to put in the S-curl kit myself.
That's what brought your hair out.
That joint all the way out of there. So, here it is. I had to set my fate, what I was going to do. Either rock the Uncle Phil, Carl Winslow, or go bald. As a black man, I had no choice but to go bald. Luckily for me, majority of men in my family bald anyway, so it was natural for me. I didn't feel like I lost anything. But here it is. Now I'm 33. I hadn't saw myself with hair in over, 14 years, 15 years? So we were sitting around talking one day, and I remember seeing like the phenomenon of guys on the Instagram with the Uncle Phil ball on the top, and then all of a sudden they do the next screen and they got a whole head full of hair. Man, I was like, damn, how they do that? But talking to some of my friends, it was like, that's not acceptable, that's not cool, that's false advertisement. I felt like that was bullshit. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna do it. They didn't believe me. So then I hit you up. I was like, man, hopefully y'all would do it because I don't really know too many other barbers. You know what I'm saying? So finally I hit you up, and you was like, yo, you got to let them sides grow out.
Yeah.
And, I'm normally cutting my hair every 3 days.
Yeah, you did it for a little while.
I was
You
struggling. I was having nightmares, man. I had nightmares that my hat fell off and everybody saw my Uncle Phil.
Oh.
I never known that I was like insecure until the more and more that hair grew out, the more and more insecure
Yeah.
I became. So I appreciate it. But for people who don't know, that call them male weaves, exactly what is this male weave?
Okay, well, actually, the medicinal term for it is a cranial prosthesis. And what a cranial prosthesis, a cranial prosthetic is a custom-made wig specifically designed for patients or clients who have lost their hair due to the result of medical conditions and treatments such as chemo, alopecia areata, alopecia totalis, kind of like your condition that you have. And it's treated as a result of hair loss. And most doctors have been diagnosing this cranial prosthesis since probably about 1950s was when they started.
So pretty much you saying I got a disability. That's cool. So anybody that makes fun of me, Toya, talking about you, just know that you making fun of somebody with a disability. I got alopecia total.
Alopecia areata.
Yeah.
Alopecia totalis is completely
All the hair.
bald. Yeah, you're not totally bald. Alopecia areata is just, some.
So, Toya, anybody make fun of my hair, understand that you a low-down, dirty person that make fun of people with disabilities. Understand I got a real condition over here, and that God has brought people like Yava into my life to bless me with hair. All right?
Blessing with her. See, look, it's
Bundles
not
popping, B. You see
Bundles
that?
popping.
Yeah. So, okay, so being that you broke down the science of it, there's some rumors, a couple of celebrities that's rumored to wear hair pieces. So they say Michael Jackson wore a hair piece. What you think?
It's possible because you had the Pepsi incident.
Yeah, that's
I
when they say he
can't.
started wearing
I didn't
it.
do it, so I can't say it's true. But I could probably 95% say that hair was a little Jerry curl.
Okay.
Wink.
And then they say Jamie Foxx wears one.
I can't say like I said, I haven't done his hair, but he looks like he has a few little thinning areas. He might have a little fill in or something. I don't know.
Because, like, if you watch the old episodes of Jamie Foxx, the show, his hairline was, like, back here. Yeah. Now he got that perfect boy. He's straight, so.
I mean, it's a variety of things that, could be used, but, I don't know.
It's rumored that Chris Brown used it before when he had the little, like, high top, they had the little dreads twist. They
Well,
said.
a lot of artists, when they have those braids and things, they add extensions. I wouldn't say it's a unit or a prosthetic piece, but some people add the hair to the, like Fetty Wap.
Yep.
They said he added a little hair to it because he had a bald fade 1 month and then turned around and had dreads and little twists. I was like, okay.
So the most popular person that we know to have it is Steve Harvey. Back in the day, everybody wanted that Steve Harvey edge up. You know what I'm saying? That joint was like perfect. Only to come to find out, if it was fake or not.
Well, being that my mentor it was Steve Harvey's old barber, Mr. James Thomas, and I've been around him for a few years, and we've discussed this before. He said it was not a wig at all.
Okay.
So Steve Harvey's hair was not a toupee and not a wig, per James Thomas, and that's my mentor.
Did he say how bald he was though? Like,
no, he doesn't.
Like,
some people have like non-disclosure and things like that, to where you can't really discuss the things like that. So I don't really know that in depth. That's their personal business.
You don't want to talk or you don't want to tell. Look, you don't have to tell. Just blink twice at the camera.
Yeah. I don't know about that. My mentor says it wasn't a wig, and it wasn't a wig, so it's not a wig.
Okay. Do you think Jerry curl's gonna ever come back for me? Like the long flowing
Everything
Jerry curl?
everything else says it might. I don't know. I really don't know these days. That's why I don't never throw away any clothes. I never throw away clothes because everything comes back in style.
You be fly.
Do
You be fly, yo.
Thank you. You
Real
be fly
talk.
too. I seen you at the club in your jacket with your new hair.
Poppin',
you look
bro.
absolutely amazing. I want your autograph. I promise I did.
mean,
I want his autograph. Okay.
Young David Ruffin. That's what I'm saying. I'm out here. Okay, so like hair implants, male hair units, toupees. Nowadays, which do you think, in your opinion, is the best option for a man that's going bald and what?
To me, the toupee is better. I've had clients to come in that has had the surgical option to where they cut your skin and they have those permanent scars. And you know, I've had a client actually break down in tears because he's actually spent like over $10,000.
Wow.
Getting that done, and there were no results. So I did the toupee process on him, and he absolutely loved it. I mean, he comes and he gets it done, and he's a regular. So, you know, the toupee method to me is the best because you go through the measuring. It's custom made just for you. You have your own style. You can take it off, get it maintenance, put it back on, wash it, clean it. You can pretty much wear it up to a year.
Oh, wow.
So to me, that's the best option.
I guess explain to a toupee, because, you know, when we think of toupee now, we think of Donald Trump. We think about, like, something that you can walk outside. If the wind blow too hard, that boy pushing up.
Yeah.
So it's not, how is it secured? It's secured by pins? Is it secured, like?
It's secured by the grace of God.
So people.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not telling my secrets.
Oh, okay. Well, not your secret. So, like, if somebody went into, like, another beautician or people that do toupees, how do they normally? The standard way they will put it on.
It's different ways of, you know, adhesives and things to use.
Okay, so toupees do use adhesive.
Adhesives, spirit gums, stuff like that. You know, some people use spirit gums, old school methods. Some people use ghost bond. Some people use other adhesives. Some people use other. You know, it's just different ways to do it. And you know, I've done a lot of different ways. I've learned different ways. I've took classes over in California with Natita. Natita has trained at the exotic show. She's trained my assistant. I went to Chicago, trained under Erskine Reeves. My first class was free in Atlanta when nobody was really doing hair. When nobody was doing hair units in Texas, I went to Atlanta and got a free hair unit class, and that's what motivated me. I had a friend that had cancer, and so I just wanted to make people feel good afterwards. That's what really migrated me into doing this, just to help people out and make them feel good.
So a hair unit and a toupee essentially the same thing.
Well, a hair unit is actually built because you have your brush, like your wavelength unit that you can have. You can get that in the toupee form, or you can get it a custom build.
Okay. You
can, like the higher hair units, you can get that custom build, or you can get a toupee. It just depends on where your budget is, because the more you spend, the more it's gonna last.
Okay.
And that's why I recommend a toupee, because you really, 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 you know what I'm saying, you can really use it, because the only thing you have to do is just get it maintenance and get haircut touch-ups in between. You know, it just depends on what your budget fits and what you're actually initially looking for.
Okay.
So, you know, like I said, I've taken class. I'm certified. I'm a licensed educator. I've taken the majority of. I have one more person's class that I want to take, and then I think that my training will be complete because I've learned almost everything, you know. Yeah. So with that being said, my credentials speak for themselves because I'm actually licensed, and I've actually took these courses.
So I also see people now getting beards done.
You can get the beard done. You can add the beard. They actually
crazy.
have a beard unit, like a beard toupee unit that you can put on your face.
That's crazy.
Beard game matters. I'm telling you. Since that beard game thing and that beard, I'm telling you, they're going to do anything
crazy.
they can to get that beard.
Oh, man. So go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead.
So why do you think if men are getting such a hard time about getting hair, I guess, male units, toupees, things of this nature, why is it so frowned upon?
I think it's frowned upon because a lot of women and a lot of men think that it's not masculine, or, you know, it's taken away from your masculinity, when at the end of the day, hair units and hair pieces and wigs have been worn for centuries. Even when the judges went to court, they had these big old wigs on.
Yep, that's true.
When they had their meetings and you were in court, they wore wigs back then.
That's true.
You know, even in ancient Africa, they wore headpieces. You know, so different. I don't feel like that y'all should get the flack for me.
Yeah.
Women wear weaves all the time. It's not yours. Is it fair for you to wake up with somebody, they take their hair off and they bald headed, or is it fair for you to take off and then you're bald?
I feel it. I agree.
You're bald. They're bald. I mean, what difference does it make? That's not yours. That's not his. I mean, teach his own. Individual is an individual. I just feel like that you should be you individually, you know, and you should be accepted for that, regardless of what choice you decide to make.
And I think that's part of my initiative of doing this process. One, I really wanted to see what I look like with hair, so I thought a good excuse was to create a reason why to do this.
Right.
So I didn't get clowned for doing it for myself, you know. But no, I think really coming out, because I see a lot of guys on the videos when they get the pieces installed, they always covering their face. They're always covering their face, and you can tell that it's shame there. You know, like they want to feel better, but for someone to see them getting it done, you can tell that they're ashamed about it. And that's my whole target of doing it. Like I say, Instagram or social media shows no struggle. Everybody on social media look rich. Everybody on social media is well off. Everybody has the perfect body and the best hair and the best of life. No one is showing what the real is. And it's like, yo, this was a time for me to come out, be vulnerable, show myself in the greater good. Like, hey, man, if this is going to increase your self-esteem, if this is going to make you feel better, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people don't have to cover their face. I don't feel like they have to go out in secret. Not saying that they have to go and announce it to the world every time. But that, you know what, I was doing that. Because as soon as I got the hairpiece, I went home and I was like, I hated it. Not because I thought it was bad, it looked bad. I hated it more so for myself because it was shock. Mm-hmm. Like if I would have did this like really for myself, I would have went something a little bit more, I guess not necessarily normal, but a little bit more conservative. Like just like a regular fade. Mm-hmm. But for the fact that I needed to prove a point, that's why I picked something that was a little bit more extreme.
So it had more cut that everybody wearing.
And a little bit more shock factor, you know what I'm saying? But at first, it was tough for me because now I felt more insecure with hair on my head than no hair.
Okay.
So it was kind of dealing with like, dang, I don't know. So I felt like every time I came to somebody, hey, somebody be like, oh, man, your hair nice. Hey, yeah, bro, it's not mine. I just bought that. You know what I'm saying? It just was not like it started volunteering. I'm like, why am I doing that? I didn't realize I had that insecurity as well. But the more I put it out on social media, the more women at my job came to touch my hair and look at my hair, and dudes coming to my desk and people DMing me saying, hey, bro, I appreciate you really doing this. Right. It's giving me that courage. It was like, okay, I'm not doing this in vain. You know, this had me.
And you know what? It's funny that you say that, you know, because when we posted those videos on social media, I've had so many guys inbox me about getting this service done that I wouldn't have never even thought, you know? So you really set the tone, and you gave those guys courage to even step up and say anything, because I know they've seen them before. Mm. But once you got out there, you made that video, you made them confident enough to even ask about it.
So I just came up with a new name. My new name is Hair Jesus, because I come to give hope to those who's lost. Just know, you welcome. The doors of the church is open.
The hair Messiah.
There you go. There we go. But like, with it being out here, and do you think we create an initiative that you think more dudes are going to really come out and be more open and susceptible to getting this service?
I think so. I think because more and more people are trying it and doing it, I think that it's becoming, you know what I'm saying, more relevant. It's become more comfortable and things like that, because a lot of people are doing it. You know, from 3.5 years ago when I was doing it till now, it was just like, you know, every now and then. Now I have consultations. I know I have at least 5 consultations a week.
And so before we end it, for somebody that's interested in getting a male hair unit done, what's the process? What should they do as far as picking out the style of hair that they want, the styling that they want? What do they need to do as far as the consultation, what that entails?
Okay. Well, first of all, you know, you kind of want to have an idea of the style that would look good on you. Primarily, they'll send me a few styles, and I will pick out the one that normally that will fit their head, you know, and their style, you know. So pretty much go ahead and pick out the style that you want. I would have them book a consultation first. And a consult consists of scalp analysis, a patch test. You know, the test I put on the inside of your arm to test to see if you are allergic to the products, and monitor it for 24 hours. Give me a call if you are. We won't do it. If you aren't, then we'll move forward. We actually do the scalp measurements. Remember, we did your scalp measurements along thinning areas. We look at the desired style. We do the mold. to your head, at the circumference area and the edge marking. So when you come in, we do the edge marking, we wash it, do the edge marking. You know, we do all of that to create your front line.
Yeah.
So, and you know, they kind of took a while because you don't have a line, so
right.
we had to get it even.
She just threw a shot at me like, yeah, you know, you ain't had no line. Wasn't nothing there, you know. It's all
Well, you know.
forehead, bro. Yeah, it's all good. It's cool though, cause you know I'm beautiful now thanks to you.
Yeah. So you do the edge marking, then you do the adhesive process or whatever you're gonna use. Let that work. Then you apply the custom. When you apply the custom, you shape the custom. Shape the custom after shaping and blending, thinning shears and things of that such nature. Do the fading, then the fading. Then if you need enhancement, you add the enhancement. If you don't, then you don't add the enhancement. Then we do the lining, and then you are finito, pretty much.
So altogether, what that process took about hour and a half, 2 hours.
It was like 2 hours, yeah.
That's about right.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you coming out, and I hope that this initiative will continue to push guys like, hey, it's okay. You know, a lot of women may frown to say what they do and don't like, but it don't matter. Do what's, you know, I say do what you like to do. Do what's going to make you feel better.
I completely
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? And, you know, Yava, I appreciate you. But, like, before we end everything, like, tell people again where they can find you, your social media, how to book a appointment with you and things like that.
All right. It's your girl, Yava the Builder again, a.k.a. Yava Do. Get slapped by Yava Do because he has a Yava Do. He doesn't have a hairdo. He has a Yava Do. So if you're interested in haircut, coloring, styling, hair units, facials, beard trims, whatever, I do it all. You can book me at www.slapped, S-L-A-P-P-E-D, by YavaDo.com. That's www.slappedbyyavado.com. Instagram, I'm Yav, Y-A-V-T-H-E, Builder, Yav the Builder. Instagram, Facebook, I'm Yava, D-O, Yava Do. So you can find me on all sorts of social media. View my website. I have a phenomenal website where you can purchase products, book a hair unit consultation, book an appointment, view a couple of my hairstyles and my units, and you want to sign up for a unit class. I also teach classes. I'll be at Hairpalooza, Las Vegas. Hairpalooza is a phenomenal show. It started in San Antonio with Lisa and Rico.
Okay.
They, I actually go on tour with them to teach hairline replacement classes, and eventually it's going to be a hair unit class that I'm going to go over all over the United States and hopefully international to do hair unit class. So shout out to Hairpalooza.
That's dope.
It's June the 17th and 18th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Be sure and get your tickets. My class is also on their website, so you can book for a class on the website. Come out. It's a phenomenal hair show.
Well, hey, there we go, man. Again, I got my homie slapped by Yava. I've been slapped 2 times, double slap, pimp slap, backhand. I'm looking amazing. Again, it's your boy Big D the Mogul, a.k.a. Suge Diddy, a.k.a. Illuminati Jack, a.k.a. Heaven on Earth, and my new name, Hair Jesus. We out of here. Peace.
I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. See, money it cometh, then money it goeth. I got me a meal to make. My mama, she hit up my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. See, money it cometh, then money it goeth. I got me a meal to make. My mama, she hit up my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta give me a meal a day.